Ryan, 100th game this weekend. How are you going to prepare for it?
Obviously, just try and take it like any other game. Obviously, it's quite a big achievement. Yourself, you've been there at this club. It's something that every player sort of aims towards, but you never really know if you're going to get there. But yeah, just preparation-wise, just any other game and try and think of it that way.
You've been captain a few times. Thoughts on it?
Again, nothing really changes. For me, I try to stay the same regardless.
Yeah.
Obviously, captain, you sort of do have a bit more responsibility with the decisions that you make on the pitch.
The players know their stuff, so it's really just kind of...
You don't actually do that much.
Yeah.
You have a little bit of say here or there, or you can try and push things in a certain way, but everyone's professionals, everyone sort of looks after themselves, and that's the way
I suppose you only really kind of make decisions when you're behind the poles. If you're doing well, it's
kick at the post, kick to the corner. That's when the match is on, that's pretty much it. Or if, I don't know, we've just scored or you conceded or something that you feel like is important that you need to say, then or in the week, something in training,
Is there any captains that you look up to, like in the past, like you looked up to as a good captain?
GJ, I think he's been one of the best people I've worked with. He's so strong-minded and he's so strong-willed. He does everything in his power to do anything good for any of the players.
You could say he leads by example.
Yeah, he does as well, absolutely. But he pushes things in the right direction, and he'll do everything he can within his power to make things as good for the players as he can. So
agreed.
Yeah, someone I respect.
You've got the nod of 100 games. It's quite hard to remember what you did in all 8 last week, but can you remember any game that stands out? Any biggies? I'll give you a top 3 if that makes it easier.
To be honest, it's very, very difficult to look past the Champions Final.
Yeah, that's big.
Obviously, one of the reasons we came here was to get the club back into the Premiership and develop the club long term. And just with regards to like the way that we did it that night, I think it's very difficult to look past that as a night. I still remember.
I've just got goosies now. I was thinking of GJ under the poles, and it was like,
it literally,
right lads, we need to get this, then get this. Then
we're going to kick off. We're going to get a penalty. We're going to kick to the corner. We're going to drive. We're going to score.
Get the ball back and play again.
We get the ball back, and we're going to go the length. And it happened. Just that, and that's another one to speak about. Like as a captain, the way that he instilled that confidence in the rest of us to go out and just execute and do our jobs. It's something I remember so clearly.
Especially it being like it was so many boys. I think it was like 16 new boys in that year. So for us to come together in the season,
I think there's 4 of us left now, 5 of us left. So
hanging on the conveyor belt.
RIP champion. But
obviously new season. Thoughts so far, and thoughts about the youngsters in the centre coming through in the back line, the likes of Ollie and Butts and.
It's exciting. It's exciting for the club. It's something the fans should be excited about, because the 2 of them that you've mentioned, obviously, Butts and Ollie, they do have big futures at the club. I think you sort of, not old, but I am getting older, so you sort of try to take on a role.
I'm the same age as you, man.
We are getting older. We're not the young kid anymore. So you sort of try and take on that role of trying to help them and mentor them a little bit more, and you see it as more of a responsibility to try and not look after them, but pass on some of maybe the mistakes that you've made. And if you can stop them from making the same mistakes, happy days. But it's great
obviously
when you see
teach
them.
him the good things, but not the bad things.
Exactly. So it's good, and it is exciting watching them play. Because they are exceptional talents, and it's really, really good for the club.
Okay. And how are you finding life outside of rugby?
Just work going on at the house, and it's dragged out for way longer than I expected. And
do you want to tell the people where you live?
No. I love living in Worcester. It reminds me of what home was like when I left. Whenever I go back home now, Exeter feels like it's 10 times bigger than it was when I left.
Really?
Yeah, it's been developed quite a lot. It feels like a lot of a bigger place, close enough to the countryside. You can hop on a train to Birmingham. It's brilliant. So I'm really enjoying life off the field. Some great coffee shops in town, Whalens Yard. None others. But yeah, I'm enjoying it. Bit of a coincidence that you're the last person in the team to make your 100th appearance, interviewing me today on mine, and it's also your first game back from your injury. How are you feeling physically, mentally, excited?
Mentally I'm in a bit of a kind of frustrated point. Obviously got injured in the first kind of game I played this season, and was really wanting to kind of get on my bike, especially after last season. But again, things have, I've got the rub of the green and came back a little bit earlier than we expected, and just full credit to the medical staff and stuff for getting me back to where I am now. But physically I feel really up for it. Obviously it doesn't help when your first game back is against a ton scrum cast, but you know, you can't, you got to choose your battles, eh? Really happy to be back.
Like you said, you're back a lot quicker than expected. That's quite a testament to you, of your character. I've been injured quite a few times myself. I know how hard it is when you are injured, but mentally to keep obviously pushing and keep physically when you're not involved with those highs and lows of the weekends. Obviously that's quite difficult. How have you found it?
I think, as you know, a lot of players find me a bit of a gnaw, especially on social media. I've taken to Instagram and just kind of kept myself busy by
just
taking
put all your energy into social
so,
media.
Like, so many, like when people get injured, like the first thing you have to, people think you have to act sad, like you know, the world's ended. Like
it's part of it.
It's part of it. Like it's a contact sport. Millsy, thanks for the chat, thanks for the catch up. Good luck for the weekend, and all the best.